Welcome back, guys. It is your coach of the Detroit Blue Flares, Kaz the Weeb, and we are here for Season 4 of the Pokemon Ultra Draft League Masterball Division, aka PUDL MB. And yeah, we are back, guys. This is Season 4, and we have a little bit of a draft review, draft recap to go over. And I guess a few things to, talk about is we increased the Terra level, the Terra cap, as you will, to 10 points and under for Pokemons that can be eligible for Terra captaincy. So there are gonna be some new mons sprouting about in this league that usually don't get the Terra. We've had a few questionable ones just for testing out purposes. We got Rhyperior, Yanmega, but we banned Tinted Lens, of course. We're doing a little bit more of a emphasis on complex Terra bans and banning specific moves that make a mon broken with Terra. It's controversial. Some people don't like it, some people do. Some people are like, damn, they're gonna forget, because kind of what we're doing is for example, Blastoise, he's complex Terra banned, so he cannot use Shell Smash while a Terra captain. But if you do not if you use Shell Smash, you can use Shell Smash as if he's a Terra captain, but you cannot Terra after you show Shell Smash. You can't swap out and then swap in and be like, oh, I can Terra now. No, as soon as you click Shell Smash, you cannot Terra anymore, and vice versa. If you click Terra, you basically have a dead slot. You have like 3 moves. Okay, so that's just a little bit of the complexity of it. Hopefully, it goes over good, and we can maybe do a little bit more. Maybe, obviously, we'll probably try and simmer it down a little bit, but making a ways to balance these stronger mons so they can be usable with Terra. Like next season, we'll probably add what's his name, Palmont, but we'll just Terra ban Electric, so we can't just spam double shock or whatever it's called, But anyways, with that being said, let's get right into the review. All right, guys. So with our round 1 pick, we decided to go with Tornadus Therian. Usually, I mean, he gets drafted round 1, but sometimes you might see him as a round 2 mon. We decided we want to do something fun this season. At least fun for me. Might not be as fun for other people. But we're trying to go with a little bit of a regen core. Originally, I had 6 regen mons, but we did tone it back, as you'll see as we go along in this draft. But yeah, we have Tornadus here, rocking that 79 HP, 100 attack, 80 defense, 110 special attack, and then the 90 speed def and 121 speed. I'm not going to read those off for all of them, but I guess we'll start it here. Pure flying typing, one of the rarest types combinations, I guess, even though it's only 1, but you don't really see a lot of pure flying types. So yeah, this mon is great. He excels with a lot of good pivoting. He has U-turn, help take advantage of that regenerator. He works really well with a assault vest to make him pretty bulky on the special side. Come in, take a hit, click U-turn because he's so fast. He is also very good because he has knockoff as well, so he can remove items. He has the not so consistent Hurricane, but it is a big damaging flying special move if I need to click it. He does have Air Slash as well if I want to play a little bit safer. Also Bleak Wind, same deal. It's a little bit more accurate. 100 base power instead of 110. Has the Heat Wave. What else you got? Icy Cutter, Icy Wind, Dark Pulse. He has some coverage. He has some good coverage here. Focus Blast, of course. Follow Play if you're feeling a little spicy. You might see that Sludge Bomb, Sludge Wave. So yeah, a lot of coverage here. He he's a good mon for a reason. He's 17, 18 points for a reason. So yeah, I'm looking forward to using this guy. This will be my first time using him. I was not a big fan of him, but he's one of the best regenerated mons out there. So I wanted to give him a chance. And so yeah, I'll see you guys for round 2. All right, for round 2, we decided that we were gonna go with one of the newer mons that came out during DLC 1, I believe. A mon that absolutely cooked me the first time I ever battled. I'm pretty sure Tibbs, shout out to Tibbs, he's gonna be in one of our other leagues. I'm pretty sure he 6-0 sweeped me with this thing because I was not ready for what it could do because it was a brand new mon. Its stats are pretty impressive for the most part. 113 HP, 120 defense, 135 special attack. Gets decent priority with Vacuum Wave. Pretty slow. 65 SPDF, but it's okay. 113 HP helps that out. Normal ground type, so only has 2 weaknesses. Or no, not 2 weaknesses. It has 4 weaknesses. My bad. He has 2 resistances, 2 immunities, 4 weaknesses, but that is okay with me. He is immune to electric, so that does help the Tornadus, and obviously the Tornadus resists fighting, so that helps this guy out. He is my electric immunity as well, or she. My apologies. I usually see Blood Moon Ursaluna as Mama Bear, and then normal Ursaluna as Papa Bear. But yeah, crazy powerful mon. Just comes in and clicks buttons. Has the super powerful Blood Moon move. Not just it's a name, but move, which is the 140 base power normal type move. And basically has Scrappy. And it cannot miss. It hits ghost types. Fighting and normal moves hit ghost types. And accuracy can't be lowered. And it ignores evasiveness with its ability. So Mind Die. Yeah, so it also has reliable recovery with Moonlight, so that is also cool. Hyper Voice, because Blood Moon works the same way Gigaton Hammer does, where you can't use it in multiple times in a row. So you gotta let it go on cooldown. Obviously, it has the Stab Earth Power as well. Also rocking some other interesting stuff. There's like Body Press. I don't know if that'll ever come in handy, but it does. You do have a lot of attack. I mean, not attack. You have a lot of defense, so you never know. What else? Calm Mind for setting up, so that's also really good. It has some interesting coverage. If you feel like you need a hit on the physical side, there's some physical moves there. I won't go too deep into those, but there's also Seismic Toss if you want consistent damage, because who knows? Maybe, you know, we cook here, so you never know. But yeah, Vacuum Wave, Yawn has a little bit of utility. Vacuum Wave is great. Great priority with this thing having 135 special attack plus being able to set up. So it's gonna hit pretty hard with it. Can help clean up games as well if you get them low enough. So yeah, that is, you know, everyone knows Ursaluna at this point. This mon is a demon. It comes in, clicks a move. If you swap out, you're taking a chunk. That's for sure. So yeah, that is Ursaluna Blood Moon. And oh yeah, I forgot to mention, it loves choice specs, leftovers. You know, maybe you can see Assault Vest on this thing too. But yeah, I just wanted to list some of the useful items. They'll be on the graphic too. So yeah, guys, see you in the next one. All right, going into round 3, I decided let's get more Regenerator. Let's also grab our Bulky Water. Bulky Waters tend to fly off the board pretty quickly, so I wanted to secure one that has a momentum, because I really think momentum is important, and slow momentum is as good as fast momentum. So we decided to pick up Slowking, the Kanto. So normal Slowking, the Water Psychic one. He also has Regenerator, so that is our second Regenerator mon with a nice 95 HP with the 110 SPDF, which is what I really want it for. Nice SPDF wall, but also can be defensive with the 80 with Rocky Helmet and Regenerator. Definitely can put in some work. I've seen it happen before. It's definitely not out of the question. With its Regenerator, it also has Chilly Reception, which is the way it pivots out, and also creates snow. So that is good to keep in mind for later. It also has other recovery with Slack Off. It has good support moves with Thunder Wave. It can also set up Future Sight, which can be good to get double hits in important times to finish off a mon. With 110 or 100 special attack, it can hit at least somewhat hard. 100 isn't like crazy anymore, but still can hit somewhat hard if you need it to. On the special side, it has decent coverage with Flamethrower. Obviously, it's psychic coverage and all that. Ice Beam as well, Scald, which will be very important. Can maybe even set up with Nasty Plot or Calm Mind. It has dual screens, which is also very nice, and Shadow Ball. Just very solid mon. It gets Weather Ball for its own chilly receptions if needed. Whirlpool for trapping. Yawn. Very solid mon. It's been solid since forever ago. It loves running the heavy duty boots. Make sure you can't take too much rock damage, or obviously like poison, toxic spikes. Also can run the Rocky Helmet, leftovers. Can even go Assault Vest if you need it to be honest, but usually you don't go Assault Vest But you definitely can run Assault Vest if you need to, but it's definitely not like an ideal one. You know, like I said, Leftovers, Colbur Berries, also very good. So a lot of good items run this on this mon. Definitely one of my main defensive mons, so hopefully it can do its job and do it well, because I've never used these mons before. Never used Tornadus, never used Ursulina Blood Moon, never used Slow King. So yeah, gonna be seeing how they all do together. So yeah, that's round 3, guys. All right, guys, next round, round 4, we drafted a mon that I actually drafted last season, but then dropped, unfortunately, before I even got to use it. And oh, I guess I should have said this earlier, but there are gonna be some mons near the end that I didn't technically draft while drafting, but as soon as Grace came up, I picked them up. We're just gonna pretend that I drafted them for the sake of this video. So Hydrapple's not one of those. I drafted Hydrapple right after Soaking. I wanted to make sure no one took the silly little apple snake, because I wanted to use it. It also has Regenerator, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to use it, because this is my third Regenerator mon. Dragon Grass type, which is not the best typing, obviously. Very weak to ice. But it does have a, like it looks like 4 resistances. 3 of them are quad resistances, so that is very helpful. But does have a good amount of weaknesses. But to help out with that, it has 106 HP with 110 defense, 80 spadef, and 120 special attack with the funny Fickle Beam move, Also gets Nasty Plot, Giga Drain, Draco Meteor, obviously Fickle Beam, Earth Power for coverage, which is very cool. It also gets Leech Seed, which I could definitely see myself, it gets Leech Seed, right? You know what? I'm a liar and a fraud. Ignore what I said. It doesn't get Leech Seed, but it does get Infestation for trapping, plus Nasty Plot. It also gets Reflect and Recover, which I ran a lot on Diplin. I love Diplin. It gets Yawn, so that's also good. Funny enough, it gets Sucker Punch. It does have 80 attack, so you never know. Maybe I run Breaking Swipe, Sucker Punch, Bullet Seed, Dragon Tail. Dragon Tail is good on it regardless. Dragon Tail with phasing is amazing. Stronger moves like Energy Ball instead of Giga Drain if you'd rather have that. And obviously, just being able to swap out and get a third of your HP back is usually very good. He definitely, Hydrapple likes running, of course, heavy duty boots, but also Assault Vest is really good on this mon. It can definitely get away with running 4 attack moves plus Assault Vest. Leftovers, obviously, is also a good one. If you need the Yachi Berry for whatever reason, slap a Yachi. You can see me running Choice Specs on this thing with its 120 special attack. Choice Specs, Fickle Beam. I don't hit the 30%. Don't listen to me. I don't even hit 90% moves. But you know what? At least once, I'm gonna hit the Fickle Beam. So yeah, this mon can be bulky. Can have max HP, max special attack. It works well in Trick Room, which can also be a play with my Slow King. So very solid mon. I'm looking forward to actually using it this time, because I did drop this time. And yeah, I also wanted to say, I know in most of my seasons I make a bunch of trades like immediately. I trade like I have trade fever. I made it a point. I should be saying this stuff at the beginning of the videos, but I made it a point. I will not be trading any mons until week 4 at the earliest. If I'm doing bad by week 4, I'll probably pivot because I want to make playoffs. But before then, I want to just give these mons a chance. I've had this issue where I don't give mons a chance by either just being trade happy or losing my week 1 and being like, man, I gotta blow up my team already. Like, I overreact. So we're keeping these mons. We got a lot of mons on my what I call the Apology World Tour, because I need to apologize for what I done to them. And Hydrapple, he's not the main event. I would say he's like a little side event. I dropped him before I got to use him, and I'm here to say I'm sorry. So I'm gonna keep him. But yeah, that is Hydrapple, guys, and I'll see you guys in round 5. All right, so round 5. We decided to go with another Regenerator mon. This makes 4. And also, I believe my last Regenerator mon, I did have another one, I believe, with Glowbro, Galarian Slowbro, but I ended up dropping him because I had some other plans that kind of came into fruition after some people did some drops. So yeah, we'll go over that when we get there. But with our next pick, we decided to go with Cyclazar, one of our Terra captains. I decided to go, I believe it was normal, ghost, and steel. And yeah, I just thought those were two pretty good Terra types to go on him. Heal because it resists fairy, which he was weak to, and ghost to resist or be immune to fighting, which he was weak to. And I also think it's going to create a lot of 50-50s where people are going to be unsure if they can click a fighting move or not if I'm going to Terra Ghost. Because if I Terra Ghost in front of a fighting type and they decide to click Close Combat or Drain Punch or whatever, they're going to, you know, take a nice hit back. Assuming they're even faster than me. Because Cyclazar is fast. He's also 121 speed. So I have two 121 speed mods, which I don't really mind having duplicates of that high. That's a lot of speed. And 95 attack, so that's not terrible, you know. Everything else is pretty low, but with 85 special attack, I can still run him special. He does have overheat, which is good for steel types. He obviously has Draco Meteor as well, so you can catch me running some special. But on the other side, he has U-turn, which I love my pivoting. Knockoff, rapid spin, so my first spinner. He gets power whip, which is good as well. Dragon Tail for phasing, but I probably won't ever click that one because that's kind of dangerous. He gets shift gear for setup, so that's going to be really fun. He also gets acrobatic, so catch me running some berry plays where I, you know, eat a fighting move, eat the berry, and then hit him with the acrobatics. Iron Head, which is good for my Steel Terra, so stab, Iron Head. Ice Spinner as well. Quick attack, so he has some priority. It's not the best priority, but I think Terra normal boosted quick attacks are not that bad because it's double stab. So what is that? So it's 1.5 makes it 60, and then another 1.5 makes it 90, I believe. It's just a 1.5 on top of the 1.5. So that's like a potentially 90 base power priority move that is pretty solid. Also gets Temper Flare, of course, and Thunder Fang, Trailblaze, and Wild Charge. So a lot of good coverage. Scale Shot as well. So this guy gets a lot of good coverage. He has setup, he has spinning, he has momentum, he has a lot of good stuff. And the one I really am going to look forward to, Regenerator Double Edge. Paranormal Double Edge with Regenerator. Gonna hit like a truck. And yeah, so a lot of items this mon enjoys to run. He likes heavy duty boots. Obviously, he can also run Assault Vest, which I've seen plenty of times, make him a little bit bulkier on the Spadef side. With the momentum, getting his Regenerator healing is very, very viable. You can catch me running Life Orb with him as well because of Regenerator healing back that damage I'm taking. So he can deal big damage there. There's a lot of things you can do. You can run Focus Sash and try and set up berries, all that stuff. But those are like his main items to use. I am excited to use this mon. He also gets like Taunt, Endeavor, which will be cool to use. Fast Endeavor mons are very, very nice. So Focus Sash Endeavor, you know, something like that. Endure Endeavor, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, this mon feels like a really solid Terra Captain. I hope I can use it as well as I envision it is. I hope I don't underperform with it. But yeah, I got him round 5. Could be said to be a little early, but I did notice he was getting drafted early in a couple of the divisions, so I got a little nervous and I grabbed him there. So yeah, that is my round 5 pick. I'll see you guys in round 6. All right, round 6. We decided to grab the next piece to our Dragon Fairy Steel core. Also a mon that I dropped before even using, so it is also part of the Apology World Tour. One of the side events, once again. It is Tinkaton. Obviously, Fairy Steel, so it kind of is the Fairy. Cyclazar and Tinkaton kind of make the Fairy Steel Dragon Core in its own. It gets Mold Breaker, Own Tempo, and Pickpocket. You could see some really interesting stuff with Pickpocket. Shoutouts to Shiro telling one of our other coaches, Raxos, about Pickpocket, and he ended up getting a kill with it by using Fling after he stole the opponent's boots, I believe, heavy-duty boots, and then flung them at his face and killed him. It's hilarious. But it also has some viability with running no item and then stealing an item, or potentially Fling Big Nugget. I know I don't even want to reference what that's from, but yeah. Fling Big Nugget is a strong move, but yeah. Or just, you know, no item, like I said, or berry, something citrus berry plus Pickpocket, but also Mold Breaker is really good. Ignores, obviously, abilities like Sturdy and whatever else tries to stop you that Mold Breaker can ignore. I don't know all the abilities, to be honest, but we'll learn together. The stats are okay on this mon. Thanks to Gigaton Hammer, it does hit a little bit harder, but it has a lot of good utility. It has Stealth Rocks, Knockoff, Thunder Wave. It's a fast Encore mon at 94 speed. Gigaton Hammer, of course. It has Endeavor as well, which is very cool. What else you got here? Ice Hammer, which is interesting for the flying types and stuff like that. It gets dual screen, so you can run like the Light Clay plus screens action and all that. So yeah, there's also like Swords Dance if you want to try and go offensive as well. A lot of the more notable items on this mon: Leftovers. Air Balloon is pretty common since it is a steel type. I wouldn't say Heavy Duty Boots, but like, you know, Leftovers is pretty good, so I'd probably just go with that. And with like the Pickpocket, you can run like Citrus, any sort of Resist Berry, of course. You could probably run Assault Vest on this thing and make it 4 attacks. I don't know how well it would go. Maybe it'll happen, but yeah. Choice Band could be funny as well, so you'll see. We'll see what happens. So yeah, that is Tinkaton, and I'll see you guys in round 7, I believe. All right, round 7. We decided to grab another mon on the Apology World Tour as a side event. I drafted this mon last season. It was even in my draft recap video along with Tinkaton, I believe. I don't know if they were different divisions. I played like in 3 leagues, but I drafted Galarian Zapdos. I really wanted to use this mon. It had, you know, it's cool. It's a cool mon, you know. I really wanted to use it. I wanted to use it last season. I let it go early because I lost week 1 and was like, you know what? Time to blow up the team. Zapdos was a casualty of me rebuilding. And this season, I wanted to say sorry, and I want to draft it again and try and use it to success. So we have a fighting flying type, not a terrible typing. It has, let's say, 5 weaknesses, but also 5 resistances / immunities. So, you know, kind of right down the middle. Its ability is Defiant, so it is very good at punishing stuff like Defogged if they try to get rid of any of my hazards. Any sort of move that lowers my stats. Obviously, Sticky Webs doesn't work because I'm a flying type, so that's a little unfortunate. But who knows? Maybe they do Gravity, Gravity Sticky. But yeah, any Intimidate, anything like that, it keeps that stuff from coming near me, unless you want me to have +1 attack. But yeah, the stats overall pretty solid. Base 580, 90 HP, 125 attack, right at my wall breaker limit right there. I consider 125 and up a wall breaker, so right there. 90 defense, not bad. He can take hits fairly well. 90 speed F and 100 speed. So 100 speed used to be fast. 100 speed now is a little bit slow, but it's not super slow, obviously, but it's a little bit, just a little slow. They want you to have 2 110 mons at least nowadays. The items that this mon likes to run: Choice Scarf, Choice Band, Heavy Duty Boots, probably Leftover you could probably do if you have some sort of like bulk up set. There's some other stuff, but those are like the main ones. And yeah, it has Stab, Close Combat, Stab, Brave Bird. It gets Knockoff, Thunderous Kick, which is a base 90 fighting move that lowers defense by 1, guaranteed. Obviously gets Momentum with U-Turn. It also gets Bulk Up for setting up. I don't believe it gets Swords Dance. It does not. It gets stuff for screen breaking like Brick Break. It gets Endeavor as well. Dual Wing Beat in case you know that they're going to be running a Sashmon like Breloom. Or maybe like a Rabombi lead. Obviously Rabombi's going to be faster than you. But if you know you can take a hit, if you think they're going to just shoot out some webs, you can Dual Wing Beat to break the Sash and kill them as well. It also gets Light Screen, which is funny, but no Reflect, just Light Screen. Pluck in case you want to be cheeky and take berries, but I don't really see myself ever using that move. Tailwind and Taunt. And obviously like Trailblaze for getting faster in case you don't want to run Scarf, you can run Trailblaze. So that is also fun. And you know, some other stuff you can get like Agility and whatnot. Maybe you go Weakness Policy Agility for a week or whatever. So yeah, decent move pool. The move pool's a little bit predictable, a little shallow. I would have liked to see like a I would have liked them to give this thing like a flying, not flying, the electric move. Give it like Supercell Slam or something. It gets Stomping Tantrum, so that's something. But yeah, maybe electric move would have been cool. But I really want to use this mon to success this season. I'm gonna try my best. And yeah, so I will see you guys in round 8. All right, so for round 8, we decided to go with a mon that was originally a Gen 9 mon that I haven't got to use yet, and he was broken in the first, seasons of low tier Terra, where he was allowed to flourish without any restrictions, and I didn't use him back then, and I think he's a really cool mon, despite, not despite, I think a lot of people think he's cool, maybe not. I thought this mon looked pretty cool, and I wanted to use it, so I kind of made my team a little bit worse getting this mon, but it is what it is. We're here for a fun time, And so that mon is Titan, the big Terra Whale Pokemon. Pure Ice type, so obviously not a great typing, only resist Ice. Technically with Thick Fat, it isn't weak to Fire though, so that's something. It also has Slush Rush, which is great with my Chili Reception Slowking. So you can see me running Thick Fat, maybe you'll see me running Slush Rush. Because regardless of this mon having the, it has a Terra Band, so I can't use it as a Terra Captain. But he is still a strong mon with that 170 HP. 113 attack is okay. Usually they want to run Belly Drum, but I don't necessarily need to run it with that for a reason. But yeah, 65 defense isn't great. Same thing with the 55 speed def. 73 speed is whatever, but with Slush Rush obviously it goes up. With the 170 HP, it really does help the defenses, and with me being in the snow, my defense will also increase by +1. But yeah, this mon is a pretty solid mon. It loves running Citrus Berry with those Belly Drum sets, but you can also run it with the Salt Fest. I've seen it. It's pretty good. Pretty decent mon. In that case, you could see me running, Choice Band potentially, but yeah, usually it's those couple moves. Maybe Heavy Duty Boots is obviously one with the rock weakness. So yeah, but overall it does have some utility with knockoff. It does help with that. Ice Shard for that nice priority coverage, priority stab move. Liquidation just for some other coverage options. Earthquake, of course. What else? You get Body Press, which isn't gonna be good, so I don't even need to message it. Hard Press could be interesting. Heavy Slam, I'm pretty sure he's a pretty heavy whale. It gets Ice Fang, but you don't really need that because you have Icicle Crash and Ice Spinner. Maybe you want to be cheeky on Icicle Spear with the loaded die for the breaking sashes and sturdy and whatnot. Also gets Superpower, Yawn as well. So decent. It has a small move pool, but it has a decent move pool at least. It is a mon that I know probably wouldn't have. The other ones I had instead of him probably would have been better, but I wanted to try something I really wanted to use. So rip Electros. I did have to drop Electros. I was gonna draft him and use him again like from season 1 because I did drop him in a couple seasons after that. I want to do my apology tour for Electros, but that's gonna have to wait. I promise I will get a Terra Electros. I really will. So yeah, on to round. Alright, so round 9, which I realized I didn't say what round we were on just a second ago because I kind of record these in sections of each round. But it is round 9, and we decided to go with a mon that my girlfriend / head coach made me, fall in love with. It is a very solid low tier mon, and my next Terra captain. It is Persian Alola. I think this mon is way better than it's given credit for. It is 5 points, so pretty good. Its Terras are Dark, Ghost, and Steel. It is basically Ghost and Steel, just like the Psychos are, for the same exact reason. Resist Fairy and create 50-50 scenarios with fighting types. And so, yeah. Its first ability is Fur Coat, which doubles its physical attacks. It doubles its defense against physical attacks, so basically its defense goes from 60 to 120 against physical attack. So that is very good because I need a nice defensive wall. It has another ability, Technician, in case you want to be cheeky and run a special attack variant because it has like 75 special attack. You can. It has 115 speed, so it is a fast, bulky mon. It allows me to do fast momentum with parting shot. I believe it might have U-turn as well, but yeah, it has parting shot, which is the important one. It does have U-turn. I just checked. It has foul play for damage. It has knockoff, taunt, switcheroo if you want to be cheeky with it. As thief in case you lose your item or you burn an item like a berry or whatnot. And click thief, steal another item, take their item away from them. Obviously, you can just use knockoff to remove items, but maybe you want to be cheeky and do that that way. But basically, a strong defensive mon that helps me get into my other mons easier, especially with parting shot. It can help get me into my bulky options like Blood Moon a lot easier. And yeah, Thunder Wave as well. I forgot to mention that. So it has good good wording utility options, make them a little bit slower or a lot slower. And what else? Yeah, it has Roar for the momentum, of course. I'm phasing. God, I'm messing everything up. But yeah, good mon, solid mon. I'm looking forward to using it, and hopefully I don't let Shiro down with it. Yeah. All right, so here we are at round 10. I'm just gonna be just say it here. The mon that you see before you is not the mon that I drafted, but it is the mon that I wanted before getting sniped. But Paycheck, who was the coach that got it, he dropped it during a grace period, and I picked it up. So this is Fortress, a bug steel type with 140 defense. So that's all that's really important. Shit ton of resistances and very, very bulky mon on the defensive side. Gives me a more reliable spinner compared to Cyclozar, which is less reliable in the spinning department for me. So I'm afraid that it's gonna die because it's kind of frail. So yeah, we got the and he can set up the hazard spikes, T spikes, rocks. I believe he gets all those. He has momentum with Volt Switch. He has body press for some damage. You can actually fight with this guy a little bit. Gyro Ball for that stab damage, of course, as well. So yeah, just a solid defensive piece that I wanted for my team. This finishes the core of my Dragon Steel Fairy core. It's kind of ironic that my Steel and Fairy are both Steel types, so they're both very weak to fire. So we'll see how that goes. But I felt like this was a mon that was worth picking up, even though I had to drop other mons to get it. So yeah, I don't have much to say about this mon. He does like running leftovers. Could definitely run the boots if you want. I don't know if he really runs boots that often, but leftovers he really likes. Resistance berries, which is really only like fire. Yeah, it's just fire. Holy crap. I don't really think you run Aka berries, but maybe. You have Sturdy and Overcoat. Overcoat protects you against weather, but that's not as important. Sturdy is good. But yeah, not a lot of items you want to run this mon besides like leftovers and stuff like that, but he is a very good mon. He's been very solid since forever ago. But yeah, I'm looking forward to using him. And on to round 11. All right, for round 11, another mon on the Apology World Tour. A mon that I usually always draft near the end, or draft and then drop near the end, because it kind of just it feels nice to have him until I find something better. But this time, I'm going to keep him. I want him. I'm going to grab him, and I'm going to keep him. He is my grounded poison type. It is Muck Cantonian, the Kanto Muck. Pure poison type, of course. He has Sticky Hold, Poison Touch, Stench for abilities. Good HP with 105. Decent attack, 105 as well. And good Spadef, 100. So I wanted him for the Spadef and the grounded poison, plus fairy resistance. Also helped with my Spadef because I was kind of low on that. So this is a mon I definitely can see myself bringing. He really likes running leftovers or Black Sludge, and then also Assault Fest. Both two very good items on him. You can keep Sticky Hold if you don't want it to get removed. You can go Poison Touch because if you want. He has some decent moves as well. Poison Jab. He has Knockoff, Toxic, T-Spikes. He has Haze for removing Setup, which is very useful. Memento, which is kind of like Momentum. You kill yourself and give them a -2. Pain Split for recovery. Obviously, like I said, Toxic. He gets Shadow Sneak for a little bit of that priority if I need it. He also gets Slow Taunt and, covered moves like Zen Headbutt, Rock Slide, and, does he? Does not get Earthquake, but he gets Drain Punch. So he Acid Armor as well, Curse, like setup option. Pretty decent mon. Obviously, he's 4 points for a reason, but I do think Muck has potential. I know he's not as good as his Alolan counterpart, but he's a guy with potential, and I need to try and use him this season, so I'm gonna try my best not to drop him. So yeah, I'm looking forward to using Muck. And on to the final round, and probably what everyone's been waiting for. Alright, so for the final round of the PUDL Masterball Division Draft, which, oh, I didn't mention this whole time. I was like 9th pick or something. I was like almost directly in the middle, so that was fun. But, you know, I didn't get sniped as much as I did in the league where I was first overall. You guys will find out about that one. But the moment we've all been waiting for. This is the main eventer of my Apology World Tour. One of the coolest looking mons in Gen 6. My favorite animal. He's my favorite animal, literally, based on my favorite animal. So, I need to use him, and I want to keep him. I drafted him Season 2, used him for 1 game, then dropped him. I got him for Season 3. Was supposed to bring him for 1 game. Like, literally week 1, he was supposed to come, and then I changed my mind. And then I dropped him after that game. So, for his 3rd time on the team, and ideally he's here for the entire duration, because I will never hear the end of it from the people in the Discord. It is Pyroar. He is back, baby, and he is my Terra captain. He is rocking the Terra Fire, Fairy, and Dark for now. We'll see if I want to change like ground or anything like that. Or like grass or anything. Let's see. But his stats are all, you know, he has 500 BST. It's not the worst. It's not the best. Basically, they decided, let's give him a little bit in everything. Instead of like giving him like 115 speed and like 125 special attack, they were like, let's give him a little bit of defense, a little bit of HP, a little bit of speed depth. And oh yeah, let's give him Moxie, even though he's a special attack. You know? A lot of things don't make sense with this mon, but I love him nonetheless, and I want to try my best with him. His best ability is definitely Unnerve, which sucks, because this isn't Pokerogue where you know everyone's gonna have berries. So sometimes this ability will work, sometimes it will not work at all. If I want to be cheeky with Rivalry, it raises my attack for the same gender. I know some people like running females and stuff, so maybe you can get away with it, but it's just too inconsistent. It's too risky. It's way too risky. But let's go over his items that he likes. Choice Specs, Choice Scarf, Heavy Duty Boots. Maybe I get cheeky with, since he has 86 HP, maybe an Assault Vest could help him be a little bit tankier. We'll see about that. His moves, however, he has the Hyper Voice for that stab normal type move. Dark Pulse, so I got him the Terra Dark so he can get stab Dark Pulses as well. He gets Overheat, Fire Blast, Flamethrower, so a bunch of fire moves. Psychic Fangs if I want to break any sort of, you know, screens. Noble Roar for my -1 special attack and attack. You know, we're cooking. He gets Solar Beam in case I can set up Manual Sun or whatever. He is a Will-O-Wisper and a Yawner, so he's fast Will-O-Wisp and Yawn, which isn't the worst. Plus a fast Taunter, so and also has Endeavor. A lot of mons have Endeavor, but I kind of like Endeavor. It's a fun move, so you might see that on him too. So Roar, which you'll probably never see me run. He doesn't have a lot of stuff. We're gonna try and work with him. I want him to come to multiple games, ideally. Master Ball is kind of like my more for fun league at this moment, because we have another league that you will see a draft review on that one too. It's pretty big for PUDL, so we'll see that. And yeah, so I hope you guys are looking forward to this season with all my goats here. We're on the Apology World Tour for some of these guys. I'm raring to go. I had a, like, what was it, 6-2 record last season. Failed in the second round once again to my homie Kayshawn, who ended up being 2nd place, barely losing to Darude in finals, so I can't feel too bad about that. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.